Today is Monday, and tonight is Star Wars night. Penny for a tale. My name is Alex, and I am your GM for tonight. We are playing Star Wars: Edge of the Empire by Fantasy Flight. Before we hop in, I'm going to go around and let our wonderful actors introduce themselves. I'm going to start first with Sam.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Sam. I'll be playing Zal tonight. That's about it. I run Relics on Thursdays, and you can catch me here the other Monday on Static Dawn. So it's me.
Awesome. Yes. Going over to James.
What's happening, everybody? My name is James. I play Cookie the Wookie here on Penny for a Tale every other Monday. Other than that, I pretty much do not exist online. So catch me when you can.
And Daniel, our wonderful director. Daniel does all our directing for this, so thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, I am Daniel. I'm the source of all your moral quandaries and technical woes. Um, as of now, it says that we are playing Pathfinder, which is not true, so I'm changing that in a moment. But I'm here all the time. I'm here every Friday with either Scion or Short Rest, and every Sunday with Pathfinder, and every other Monday with Alex. When Star Wars, do check remember to come in check us out on the month of October. We're going to be running our month of horror games. Everything is going to have a horror theme, so do be sure to come over and check us out then.
Yes. And just for a reminder, during the month of October, we will not be running Star Wars because we're dedicating our Penny for a Tale horror stuff. And although I debated heavily on making a Sith game, like a temporary Sith game to make it really
We can't do
creepy.
like
I
a
wish.
horror,
Like a
a horror wars.
Yeah, exactly. Like how could I like do a but that's for another time. So maybe one day I'll get my act together and do a weird dark Star Wars tale. Who knows? It could happen. So we left off. This is session 11. We left off. Quigley and Zal, you had gone with Cookie's assistance. Cookies remained at Kay's safe house, and you guys had gone off to try and locate the girls who are still missing. Bit and Jen are still missing, and you using or with Cookie's assistance, as they bypass security of the hut's security holonet. You guys managed to evade the Big Brother presence of the planet and the casino district and get to one of the many entrances to the lower sewer and viaduct levels. You had been here before. You kind of shot off on them when you after you escaped the hostel, or I'm sorry, the brothel where Zal had worked, but you were just kind of getting back into there, thinking maybe that the girls had taken that. In
For a
fact, I believe
brothel, it was pretty hostile. I'm not.
it was very
That
hostile.
might have just been fan.
um, and you had seen the girls. You were able to find security footage of the girls as they kind of snuck in, and you saw that this is probably where they went down. So you're hoping to find them. But upon going down into the sewer tunnels, you find a small cloth and a small backpack. And in the cloth bundle, there is a casino chip with a digital readout that just reads "too late." And we left off where you hear the sounds of a muffled sounds of a crying child further down the long kind of tube like hallway, just ahead of you. It is dark down here. So it is Zal and Quigley down in the tunnels. Cookie, you are in radio communication with them back at Kay's safe house, monitoring the security net. And you have just seen also that Bit has been captured. That was the big conclusion of last game. Bit has been captured. You see Bit's small child face being marked over as captured by another bounty hunting guild, or the bounty hunting guild that got your other friends and who were probably attacking you back at the brothel. So that is where we left off. Quigley's Al, you're down. You're hearing child cries in the distance, muffled. They're kind of more pathetic. I mean, they're not like in pain. It's just sound. And Cookie, you can't quite hear this, but I don't know if Quigley or Zal will let you know.
Does Cookie not have any eyes down here then?
You do not. No, there are no cameras down here, right in this area. Perhaps maybe if it was right under a casino, maybe the casino would have paid to have cameras, down there. But in this section, no, there are not.
I guess Zal would over the comms ask Cookie to see if like she could see anything in the area, and she'd kind of like give a rough idea of like where the cries are coming from, just to like see if there's anything, or else they're just gonna go in there blind.
Well, could I maybe see where the next closest camera is and kind of triangulate as to like?
Yeah. Give me a roll.
You know,
Let's give me a computer's roll. It's going to be 2 purple, 1 black.
2 purple, 1 black.
Oh, you got stuff to bring that down.
For the
Oh, I'm
computer.
sorry. You know what, guys? Before we do that, I'm a bad DM. Gotta do
Oh my
Destiny
God.
die. Look at me, Destiny die. And that's
Oh,
important for
right.
this game. I'm sorry, I forgot. I always forget. Okay, so before we do any more rolls, Destiny die. Destiny die is the 1 white die at the beginning of every game. Light side, dark side points. You get it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. All
One
right.
the dark side for me.
How many?
Just 1.
Just 1. Okay. Sam?
Just to make clear, it's 1 light side, 1 dark side, right? Or just 1?
You just roll 1 white die, and it'll tell you if it's a light side or a dark side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I'm not like
It's
rolling
okay.
the light side and it's just like, yay, you got light side. Okay, I got 2 light sides.
No, that's good. You have equal chance to get 2 dark sides. So,
Okay.
Daniel.
I got 1 dark side.
Okay, so 2 and 2. So you have 2 pips to work with. I have 2 as well. Glad we did that because it could be important later. All right. So yes, give me that computer rolls. 2 purple, 1 black. Or knock down the purple to another black.
So I've got my code breaker where I can remove 1 setback per rank on checks to break codes or decrypt communications. Would this qualify
Yes.
as decrypting communications?
Yes, we'll call it that. Yep, that's fine. So it's going to be 2 purple. It's going to be we'll do 1 purple, 2 black because I will knock that down from 1 challenge. And do you have anything else? I feel like you get a didn't you get like a bonus die, which is the blue die? I forget. I feel like we haven't been counting that.
So
Okay.
I've got a bunch of mechanic stuff, but not a whole bunch of computers. Maybe the droids? No. Nothing that I can see on my sheet.
1 purple, 2 blacks.
1 purple,
Computers.
2 black. Computers. Pulling now. 2 successes.
Excellent. So yes, you're able to triangulate that. And from the way it looks, Cookie, you're able to see that it sounds like the cries are coming kind of further down the alley. Maybe it's a little bit hard. There are buildings on top of this, but it's not under a major casino. It's not under. It's kind of more under smaller, maybe even a smaller restaurant. It's kind of hard to tell.
Could I kind of be able to tell like what those restaurants are? Is there like
Yes.
some sort of, I can see what building is where and communicate
Yes.
to Quigley like what they're underneath?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Best I can do, guys.
The cries still continue. They're in free. I mean, they kind of go quiet for a little bit and then continue.
Quigley would, gun up, start making his way towards the noise.
Okay. And do you follow him, Zal?
Yeah, she'll pull out her blaster and follow.
Okay. As you do that, you guys have, little flashlights or something that you can turn on if you'd like, because it's starting to get dark down here. There's not a lot of great lights up here. And luckily you have Cookie kind of guiding you. They're able to kind of or tell you how far it looks like that before maybe you encounter a wall or something. But as you continue to go down, the ground is a little wet. You can tell that maybe there's some rain that trickles down here and empties out into maybe a larger cistern further down. But as you continue, the cries get louder, and you're able to kind of figure it out. Down one of the narrow passages, it sounds like that's where the cries are coming from. It's dark. There's a narrow kind of entryway, and it looks like it curves immediately to the right. You guys going in there loaded?
Yup.
Yup. Okay.
This is a trap.
Most likely.
It's this entrance and then the one down there.
Yes.
Zal is going to hang back just to watch this entrance because there's nothing she can do about the other one. She only caught a brief glimpse of the kids before chaos went down, so.
Right.
I can't
Fucking
even.
kids.
Yeah. Depending on Quigley for this. I'm like, go get your girls.
Go get your kids. So Quigley, you continue further on.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you go, you're loaded. You're kind of going. You know how to work the angles and trying to get around, so you get a shot if you need to, and you're not immediately ambushed. As you continue, it's dark. The cries are getting louder, and as you round a corner, it suddenly drops down, maybe about, we'll say 5 feet or so. And as you shine your light down there, you're able to see the clothed, kind of hunched over form of a human girl, specifically Jen. She's down there, and as she sees your light, she looks up, and you recognize her face. And she's been crying, and she's still crying, but she can't really see who it is. Stop! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna shoot her.
Would you?
One less mouth to feed. No. I'm sorry.
He's just mad that it's not bit.
I don't care about
Damn
this
it.
one. Okay.
I'm delirious with sleep deprivation.
It's okay. Okay.
I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. I totally feel your pain.
So,
Guys, this is the Sith game.
This is suddenly.
Now we are all gone to the dark side.
Yeah.
So, he would turn his light off, and he would jump down.
Okay. And as you do that, she kind of like she's already in a corner essentially. She's fearful. And as you jump down, she'll recognize you, and then suddenly she'll run over to you and hug your legs and then start crying. I'm sorry. I tried to tell her no. I'm sorry. They got her. As she holds onto your legs.
It's kind of I guess pet her head. As gently, not like pat, not just pat, like he's like kind of like
patronizing.
Like, get off me, kid.
It's like, you're not mine. I don't know.
Your father died because of Noah, not me.
What? You? I don't love you. What?
No, he's sitting there and he's kind of like trying to reassuringly pet her head. And he'll come through the comm to Zal. He's like, I need you to help me get her out of this hole.
Roger. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, she'll come down the narrow passageway and look down.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she'll look up, yeah.
Yeah, Quigley will just kind of like sling her up. He's like, hold on. And he'll like grab her by like the back of her shirt and just like throw her up.
All right, so between you two, you're able to get her out. Maybe roughly even. As but as soon as she gets to Zal, she'll hug onto you, Zal. It's just she doesn't want to be alone, I don't think. She just trembles. This child is trembling as she just holds onto your leg or your arm or something as she's trying to calm herself.
It's so sad. Do you need help getting up, Quigley?
Do I have to make a check to get up?
No.
Yeah, no. He's pretty okay with getting up.
I figure if there's nothing impending, you can. Um,
Parkour.
so, Cookie, you can hear this as well as you're kind of taking this moment as she kind of is regathering herself. She says, I think they were following us after we left you. I don't know. Bit said that there was a lot of security and we had to come down here to hide from them, and we were doing okay, and she thought that maybe this was the right way, and and she and then they were there, and Bit told me to stay here and to hide and to be quiet, and I did, and they got her, and I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and she'll kind of, as if all that stuff kind of clouded her mind for a second too, and she'll reach into her pocket and she'll pull out a tiny small metallic disc. Quigley, when you see this, you know this is the other half to her tracking beacon. And as she pulls it out, she'll be like, Vic gave me this. She said to give it to you. She hands it out to you.
He'll take it and um presumably she has the other half, right?
You have trained with her to do this. You have trained that this is, if you're going to get captured, give me something to follow you to. This has been a conversation you have had with her. So that is the presumption here.
Uh can he like is there any way for him to like have it the information wired to Cookie so Cookie could like lead us there?
Can I boost the signal?
Yes. Yes to both of those. You Quigley, you know that this is not a long range tracking device. This is definitely for kind of planetary tracking device. But with Cookie's assistance, you think that you might be able to get this bigger and better. Like you might this with some modifications and adding another like an actual like computing unit to it, you could probably get this to work in space as well. But more importantly, you think that you don't know if you can even get it to work under the sewer right now, like where you are. And Cookie would be able to bypass that.
Yeah, he'd go ahead and do that. While keeping a lookout like up and down, seeing if there's any cameras like that are watching them because he doesn't know if they left Jen here as like to track him because they left the chip. So theoretically, they would have known or assumed he would be this far already.
Okay. So are you going to return to Cookie at the safe house? Or are you going to try and?
I can't take Jen with me.
You can't take Jen with you.
Put her to work.
Put her to work.
Say needs another mouth.
So,
So, Cookie, why don't you give me another? Give me another security roll, same roll as before. So 2 purple, 1 black. Throw in a red in there. And I know you got that down to 1 purple, 2 black, but throw a red in there for me, just 1. And this is for doing the security camera again to get them back to the safe house. So you let Cookie know that you're on your way back, and Cookie will hack. I said hike. Hack the security network to keep you guys under the radar.
Ooh, 1 success, 5 threats.
Okay. Hey, that's okay. So you guys get back. You don't encounter anything else. It's Cookie manages to navigate you fairly well through both tunnels and through back alleyways, rather expertisely. So you guys are returned. Kay has come down from his kind of like his window perch that he usually is hanging out at, and as you guys walk in through the door that you entered with him in before, you see him kind of hanging out behind Cookie as he's just watching. He's not talking. He's not doing anything. As Cookie monitors all the computer screens or all the equipment. But as you come in, that's where you see Cookie there. There's a couple kids, including Torin, hanging about. They're kind of just watching and waiting. And as Jen kind of walks in, she sees them and is a little bit reassured, but she's hanging around you. Kay will look up to you and kind of, any luck? I saw what happened.
Got one.
Yeah. Um, she's gonna need to get cleaned up and probably eat something.
Do that.
Um, I'm gonna need to leave her here while I go get bit.
Any idea where they took her?
He'll kind of like flick the chip or the other half of the tracking device to Cookie. He's like, in a minute.
Catches it in midair and like just goes straight to work, like goggles down.
Yeah, give me a mechanics roll, and it's going to be a mechanics and a computer roll.
Mechanics and computers?
Yep. You're building something, you're hooking it up, and then you're using the software for it.
Okay.
So.
Can I assist with the mechanics roll?
Absolutely. That will give you one blue dice. One blue die for her assistance.
And what's my difficulty?
It's going to be 2 purple, 2 black. You can bump that down to 1 purple, 3 black.
The setback?
Which one is the setback?
Yeah. Is it the purple or the black?
The purple, I believe.
Yeah, black is environmental. Purple is setback.
Let me double check.
If I've done something wrong, let me know. But
the black die is the setback.
Oh, it is. Look at us. We know how to play. We know how to play this game. Black is a setback.
Because of my looking at the mechanic talent tree, I can remove 1 black die per rank of gearhead from mechanics check.
Okay, then that's what it is.
And I have 2 ranks of gearhead, so I can remove 2 black die.
Do it. I knew you could remove something. And you get a blue die.
1 blue, and then my mechanics is 2 yellow and 1 green. That's going to be 1 success, 4 advantages.
Excellent. So you're able to construct a better tracking device. Essentially, you had the chip for it. You just had to build another a component for it to read it and to get the data and to use it functionally out in the world. So you do that.
More power.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen is a shaved Wookiee.
Yes, he is. As you're doing this, it takes a little bit of time. Kay is there, and Torin would have helped Jen get into cleaner clothes or get something for her to eat. But as
Jen gets a big Wookiee hug as she goes by. And
she'll give Cookie an equally bigger hug and is very excited and is happy or it's better, we'll say.
Kind of like head down working on the chip, like big furry arm just like reaches out, snatches Jen into like the big hug and then like, lets her go again.
Throws her across the room.
Like a top out into the room.
Poor Jen has gotten, we have more like imaginary damage to that child.
But imagine a dog that could hug you back,
So as Cookie is working on this, Kay is watching, and he'll go over to you, Quigley, having been, a friend of yours for at least, a little bit of time. He's gonna he's quiet, and when he gets this way, you can tell that he's trying to think of an idea, that he's trying to really make these gears, the remaining gears in his brain turn, because Lord knows he is whacked out of his mind on death sticks. There are 5 dragons here. He's not telling any of you. Dragons.
I only see 3.
But anyway, he's in a moment of contemplation. He says, they're going to have a lot of people guarding them, a lot of people guarding her.
Yep.
You know, the person who has this bounty out for you, that's somebody too.
Yep.
Just gonna go in there.
Yep.
Any plans?
He just kind of looks down for a few seconds. It's like lifts his blast, like his heavy blaster. He's like, Plan A. Then throws a grenade in the air, and he's like, Plan B.
He'll kind of smirk and laugh and shrug and okay. Maybe there's a better plan.
There's always a better plan.
Yeah,
No.
especially if it's your plan.
And he's gonna laugh at that. Like, maybe. I don't know. How close are you guys to triangulating where she is? Give me your computer checks. Your check for your computers.
And what exactly am I doing with the computer?
You are actually locating her now.
Okay.
You're using the thing that you created to actually target her and find her beacon.
And what's my difficulty?
It's going to be 2 purple, 1 black.
And can I... Would this qualify as breaking codes or decrypting communications?
I'll say yeah. I'm okay with that.
2 successes, 1 threat.
Okay. Cookie, you're kind of the first, and Zal, since you're assisting or had been assisting Cookie, you're kind of second. You're watching. On one of the computer monitors that you kind of have hooked up for this to give it, so everybody can see, the targeting beacon comes alive. You hear the beep, beep, and kind of like the ambient noise of what sounds like quintessential sonar. Excuse me. Because that is the sound we are using. On the monitor, you see kind of a 3D out or a projection of the cityscape of the casino district of kind of Nar Shaddaa. And you see this other beacon starting to it's pulling kind of all this information together as it begins to triangulate. And you see finally after a couple moments that it settles on a rather large kind of oval or circular looking 3D object or 3D looking circular building. And Kay will look at that and say, that's a spaceport. That's Gracchus's main spaceport. They're taking them off planet. And you'll kind of fall silent with that as you see the beacon is there, so you know that at least the beacon is there. More than likely it is with Bit, and she is there. Yeah, that's what you see.
How much time do we have? Can Zal will turn to Cookie and ask if she could look up any of the flight logs to see if they are registering to go off planet logging.
Yeah, is there any way that I can
Absolutely.
or
Absolutely.
beyond even that, is there any way that I can jam their ability to communicate with ground control or screw with their clearance or
Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't know if you can do it from here though. That might take
a bit more power than we've got.
A bit more power. Kay will kind of speak up as you kind of are talking about this, and he says, "I have a ship at that port."
Literally see Cookie's head just turn, and then very, very strong eye contact with Quigley. Just
All right.
Like the hand like starts reaching for the blaster.
We all start reaching for it. He'll go. No, he'll speak up. Wait, hold on. Hear me out. Before you do that, hear me out. He'll kind of go over to the image still of the bounty hunting screen where we see your faces have not been captured and Bit, Belandi, and Noah have been. And he'll kind of like look at it and go, he's the person who's put out this bounty for you is smart.
Wait, just had an idea.
Mhm.
We might not be able to hack the ship from here, but can I hack the billboard from here so that it looks like we've already been captured?
Absolutely.
So can we put like big red X's so that like, oh no, this is not the Wookiee you're looking for. They already caught the other one.
And Kay will kind of point to you at that. I'm gonna say you say that in character because he's gonna kind of point to you at that and be like,
It's coming through the translator a little broken.
exactly what that Wookiee said. Code hanger, catch us.
Yeah. Code hanger. Billboard. What is Wookiee for billboard?
Bark. Righty bark.
The big shiny tree.
Big shiny tree. LED tree. Yeah, he'll motion to you and look back to the board and yeah.
That way maybe at least everybody on the street isn't trying to, get in our way.
How about even better? How about this? How about I get you onto my ship, or I get you to that port, to my ship. Fake that I've caught you. I'll say that I'm collecting the bounty. We can get to at least the kids. I don't know if we'll be able to get them at the port, but there's a chance that we could get them wherever this drop-off is happening. The person who did your bounty is smart. They know that if they land on Nar Shaddaa, no Hutt's going to leave that. No Hutt would ever let them off this planet, not with the money that they supposedly had. I don't even know if they fucking have it. But
okay, but if you betray us, you die. They might get us, but I will kill you.
If you kill me, you have my ship.
Sweet.
Exactly. No, you don't have to. All right, do whatever you need to do to make yourselves feel comfortable with me.
If Quigley trusts you, then I trust you. And I look at Quigley. I don't think he trusts you.
I barely trust myself anymore, but that's a better plan than I got.
All right. At the very least, when we get to the port, we need to play by. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how they react if they are suspicious of us. My guess is that this other bounty hunting group is in it for the money. That's a lot of effing money. They want that money. They don't particularly care about any sort of loyalty to this person. But I don't know. What we can do is, of course, I can, restrain you, but you leave you guys completely open to get out whatever you want. We hide some blasters so that you can easily get them in case things start to go south. Let me do the talking, and we'll see if we can get an opportunity to grab them before we leave port. If we don't,
I kind of like the idea of going to the money. No offense, but like you said, they're not going to bring it here. So if we go to them, we could get the kids and the money.
To also find out who has a bounty out for you. Not that I know if you care or not. I don't know.
Big Wookiee eyebrow raise over at Quigley.
Yeah. Either way, we have to walk in chains to the port.
Mm-hmm.
Not in literal chains. I'll just get this and.
Is
um,
Zhao on the bounty board now or no?
no, no, she wasn't. Zhao was still not. Zhao
Okay.
was still not. Um,
So Quigley will kind of put his
Hack the board and put Val on the board.
Need to back
Quigley
off.
Quigley will kind of put his very large heavy blaster in Zal's arm. He's like, I need you to hold on to that for me.
Um, do I look like a pack rat?
Well, if you want to get this thing back of yours, then I'm gonna need you to hold it.
She'll just sort of roll her eyes and like lean it against her shoulder. Hold it, use it. Okay.
right.
Oh, please, God, use it. I want you. What's your strength at?
We don't need to talk about that.
All right. So kind of with the K nodding, well, Cookie, I want you to send this signal to the bounty collector, and he'll kind of like pass to you over, a data pad of some sort, and be like, yeah, except that that I have captured you. At least that'll get you off the bulletin board for now. They'll know that we're going to be leaving, and or that we'll go to the port where that is the pickup. All right, guys, get ready.
Send.
Yes. So not too long after you hit that send button, Cookie, you see that the bounty hunting board does indeed update and reflect the change. Suddenly, Quigley and Cookie's tokens are seen dropping and spinning, and then go over with an X as they move to the side that has been captured. It is now made apparent on the bounty board, and you can assume for all the other bounty boards out on Noshida that it's saying that the bounty has been completed, that they are awaiting the return, or they're awaiting the drop off, and they're congratulating you. They're congratulating.
Cookie worth the same amount of money?
Yes.
It's not fair.
It's really
I'm
not.
bigger. I should be worth more.
Quigley should be worth way more.
What?
Way more. He has killed way more people.
Can you guys stop comparing sizes right now?
Exactly. No. He'll laugh and then look to Zell because that was funny, and he'll say, "Listener, we got to be out of here in about 20 minutes. That's when they're probably going to start. I don't want to lose sight of Bit before we can get there. So the sooner we can get there, the sooner both of these ships can leave at the same time, hopefully, and we don't lose sight of her. We don't want to lose sight of her. So get ready." And with that, he will go about quickly. Of course, with his bum leg, he has a bum leg. He has a bum right leg, many scars, and the routine wet cough of death. He'll go about, and you can, at this point, you can gear up as much as you want, take what you want, prepare yourself, steel your nerves, reduce your strain, as he kind of goes up to where he is and grabs some stuff. Torin and Jen are looking back and forth between each other, and Jen will come over to Cookie and kind of wrap her arms around you, Cookie, and just kind of hug and say, "What? Am I going too?" I think Jen was actually on that board too.
Cookie just shakes a big woolly head and like pats Jen on top of the head.
Kay will return in a couple minutes, having grabbed a large what looks to be his rifle case, or a carrying case for a large rifle. He'll be bringing that down, as well as it looks like he maybe grabbed some other stuff, and a tan cloth tied around his waist or around his belt. he'll get to the level that you're on and kind of move over to you guys and open up the case. And it does have his rifle, but it also has two sets of binders as he looks to Quigley and Cookie. And he'll kind of point to them and be like, if you want to put these on yourselves or if you want to help each other, I do what you need to do to feel secure with this. I don't want you to think that I'm chasing you.
Cookie just holds out the wrist.
He'll look to Quigley if you want to.
Quigley will put
Stop.
them on Cookie, and then as he like just snaps them on himself, he's like,
As the cuffs go on Cookie, Cookie kind of does like the sexy eyebrow raise at Quigley, like,
Excuse me.
I should have left you in that casino where.
Yeah, probably. But if we're gonna die, this will be fun.
Sorry, I'm trying to think where we are. Okay, well, once you guys are bound and secure, he'll turn to Torin and kneel down in front of him and talk to him. You can't really hear what he's saying, but it's obviously like, take good care of them. You're welcome to stay here as long as you want. I don't know if I'll be coming back type situation. You hear little bits and pieces of it, and that's the main idea of what he's saying to this kid. Torin will look at Jen, and Jen will look at you guys, and you guys want me to come with you?
Quigley will kneel down and look at him like, no.
Bad bitch.
It's too dangerous.
If anything happens, you shouldn't be there. If we can, we'll be back. But same thing that I tell Bit. Easy come, easy go. And he'll like transfer enough credits to get off of Nar Shaddaa on a transport to her.
Greyhound.
Gave
Gave her Greyhound money.
Okay.
Okay.
If we don't come back in 2 days, then you have enough credits to either live off of for a while or get off the planet or the moon.
She'll kind of fall silent at this, realizing that maybe this is the last about a month, maybe a couple weeks. I don't know exactly the time frame here. We've said about maybe 3 weeks. That this period of her life has been very chaotic and horrible and crazy, and that maybe this is at least some sense of stability, that she is not constantly moving, but at the same time you can tell that she doesn't have anything else. And she'll kind of nod hearing you, Quigley, and it looks like she's trying to keep back tears, and she'll go, okay, if you tell Bit that I'm sorry and that she is my best friend.
I'll relay the message.
She'll nod as she kind of moves back into the cargo area where Torin and some of the other kids were, just kind of moseys on off. And at that Kay is kind of like, okay, all right, now or never, guys.
As they're leaving, or as they're kind of like walking out, Cookie like reaches up and takes the welding goggles that they've always got like perched on top of their head, and like puts them on Torin's head.
Aww.
And, like, ruffles his hair a little bit, and then keeps walking out the door.
Torin will kind of look at them in awe as you do this, and it's like you've bestowed upon him something of of unimaginable worth and value. So he is just like, Oh my god. Yes, I will protect you. No.
Oh.
Yes. As he watches you, as the other kids watch, as Kay leads you out. Zal, was there anything you needed to do before you left?
Um, she would kind of glare at Quigley and Cookie, like, that's all you're going to give them? Like, good luck. Hope you survive.
I told her I'll
Um,
be back.
maybe. She'll shake her head and go over to Jen and quickly like write something down and say, if you can get off planet, go to Chandrilla. And she will give them her family's name and they'll take care of you.
She'll look at that and then look up at you, and she'll. That's. Well, I get to see you again.
I don't want to say maybe. Yes.
And that seems to make her happy. She'll smile and wrap her arms around you and give you a rather big hug. She said, "Be careful. I'm going to miss you."
I'll be careful.
And she'll let go. Kay will look back at you, Zal, and kind of motion towards the blaster that Quigley gave you, and he'll just say, "Okay, look official. Look like we got them. We're gonna."
This time, don't shoot anyone.
No
At least none of
promises.
us. At least none of us. You can shoot whoever you want.
Yeah, I'll shoot whoever I want.
Do not empower
just
the
glares.
psychotic, Kay.
All right. He'll laugh
Shut
at
up,
that.
prisoner.
Exactly. Yeah, we
I regret this already.
I don't want to gag you guys because I respect you guys, but you guys gotta
I do.
guys gotta
Again, the sexy like Wookiee eyebrow raise.
Oh. So you guys go.
It's hard to gag a Wookiee.
It is. He's not going to try it. Kay is not going to try it.
Ooh, we can do all kinds of interesting things with the back of the throat. Anyway.
It just it went over and then I got it. Yes. You guys are marching. You guys are making your way towards the large spaceport. And although Kay has picked a route that will have the least amount of bypassers or visuals on you, Cookie, you get the sense that every time you move around a corner or every time that you start walking down, every single camera kind of goes pew pew.
And Cookie is trying their best to look slumped and beaten, like maybe like a limp, but like a little bit over the top with the limp sometimes.
Yes, excellent. I want you to guys, the guys that are in, actually no, all of you, give me a cool test. 2 purples.
I am not cool.
It is based off of presence.
Oof. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Oof.
Super
one advantage, one failure for me.
Okay. What'd you get, Quigley?
A threat.
What'd you get, Sam, Zal?
2 advantages, 1 dark side.
Was that for?
Oh, I still have my dark side and light side stuff. I'm like,
I was
what is
like-
I was
this?
like, she's channeling the force right now.
Okay.
And it's not good.
Yeah, this is surprise Sith game, everybody. There
It is the Sith game.
It
Oh
is.
damn!
1 advantage.
1 advantage. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Alrighty. So I think that you guys you get into the role. You get into being either the prisoner or, in your case, Zal, the captor. You you get to watch as both Quigley and Cookie garner the most attention, specifically on Cookie, because it's hard to capture a Wookiee, and this Wookiee doesn't look like that they have, although they have a shot in the leg, although they have a blaster wound to the leg.
I didn't actually take any damage from that.
Okay, maybe some burnt singed hair around the leg where it looks like a blaster, maybe shot
But
them.
I'm covered in singed spots, so it doesn't stand out all that much.
Either way, anybody who's watching this is probably like, I don't know how they got that Wookiee. That Wookiee doesn't even look hurt. How did they manage? They must have used a dart. They must have used some sort of, whatever. Anyway, that is
like looking particularly lethargic, like trying to act like I've been drugged or something after I overhear that.
Good. So you guys walk. You guys are headed towards the main spaceport, and it kind of looks like that maybe the rest of the way is clear of civilians. However, you do start seeing and picking out darkly clad figures that appear to be more like security at various points along the route. And you can see that they have the symbol of the House of Gracchus on them, which is the hut that is here in the Hut Palace. So it looks to be Gracchus's men. But you get to the port. That is the important thing. You guys managed to act your way to the port as Kay, kind of right before you get into the hull or the round amphitheater that is this port. It's a very large, big port. Think of a big, bustling airport. But it's circular, it's domed. Ships can move in and out of the center part, but there are other docking stations around it. It's a big thing. So before you get into that area, Kay will turn or will stop and speak loud enough that you guys behind him can hear, but he's not going to turn to you. He's kind of talk over his shoulder. He's like, my ship is docked not too far away from where I believe the other ship might be, where it looks like that beacon is coming from. What we're going to do is we're going to get to my ship. I'm going to maneuver it so that we are closer to their ship. And then we are going to follow them. I have the coordinates have been sent to me for where the drop-off is. And he's going to kind of just stop. If you need to leave, as soon as you get the chance, get bit and get out of there. Take the ship. I can handle myself. And he'll kind of nod to that and start to move in. Anything you guys want to say before you guys start heading in?
Nope. Cookie is very stoic.
Okay. All right. So as you go, you start to move. You'll go into the port itself. Zal, since you're really looking out here as well, you get the better perception because you're not having to act being drugged up or in prison. So you're able to get a good look around. Give me a perception check, Zal. It's gonna be 1 purple.
Four advantages, 1 failure.
Okay. So as you go in, what greets you immediately is this circular kind of hallway that goes around the entirety of the spaceport. And this kind of, if you think about a large stadium, it's kind of like that, where it goes around a large pit of some sort. Except in the pit is coming and going ships. So as you walk in there, you look kind of directly into the center of this large stadium amphitheater type thing, and you see a ship. You see the ship that looks to be of a notorious bounty hunting guild that the Alliance has tracked before and has utilized and has also been not the benefactor of. They have this bounty hunting guild. It's called, hold on. It's called, holy shit. It's called the Womp Rats. They are a notorious gang, and they have been a pain in the Rebel Alliance's side since since the get-go. Like the Black Sun, they are rather dubious. They do not have any loyalty to anything, anyone. They want money. And it's no surprise that you have found them here. Um, and it's no surprise that, and as you continue to look, you can see possibly a familiar article of clothing. One of the men near the ship is wearing a jacket that Coulson wore. Um, so it is probable they are also the individuals that attacked your brothel. But you're not heading towards that main part yet. You're not heading towards down into the coming and going of that pit. You're heading around, and Kay will lead you around the circle a little bit, and then you'll go up a level, and his ship will be in a small hangar bay. It's the only ship in there. As you guys get in and the doors close behind you, you kind of have that sense of, okay, I can let this persona drop, but only a little bit because there are still cameras and everything. But for the most part, once he gets you guys towards his ship, he's gonna kind of you'll feel like you have a little bit of cover now. His ship is a sleek silver cruiser model. It can hold up to about 12 people. It is, and I did not write that down. It is only one kind of long, almost cigar shaped ship, but it will get you where you need to go, and it looks fairly maintained. Cookie, you're able to kind of tell that at least some care and maintenance has been given to this ship because it looks a lot better than what you guys were working with before.
I'm still a little overly critical.
Absolutely. There's a lot of improvements to be made, but
that panel is loose and you got wires sticking out over here. I'm not saying anything out loud, just like making
you're critiquing him because he'll be like,
silent
hey.
judgment. And if anybody looks at Cookie's face, it's the like kind of smug, I could do better.
He'll open the hangar
with a little dash of like, let me at it,
He'll drop the cargo bay or the cargo door to the ship so you guys can go into the ship as he begins to turn things on, and he'll look back to you guys as he's starting to get the ship ready and everything. All right, who has any pilots here? One.
Yeah, Zal will like look slightly cocky and she'll tell Cookie to put her hand down. I've got this.
Cookie does not move the hand and like just stares, like just daggers at Zal.
Kids. All right. Well, whoever wants to pilot.
Like, all right, fine. I'm gonna see if I can make it go faster.
You can absolutely do that.
So Zal can pilot, and I'll be our Scotty.
You're Scotty. The lithium crystals.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Yes.
If I give her any more, she'll blow.
Quigley, what are you doing?
Waiting. Are there like blasters or anything I can man? Like, I feel like it's
Absolutely.
a sleeker ship.
It is a sleeker ship. It does have a blaster. And the trigger isn't broken on this one. So hopefully, unless you break it. Yeah.
Well, we don't have Noah this time, so it should be fine.
Oh my God, you don't.
I think the last ship just didn't like Noah.
He'll pull you. Kay will he'll nod to you and Quigley, and we'll kind of start, and we'll tap one of the panels on the inside of the ship towards the cockpit, and out will tumble strapped in, so it didn't just fall out, but there'll be a blaster, and he'll kind of motion in the van like, there's one, another back there. You can use the turret. The control is down and to the left. Once we get out into space, it's the coordinates. We can't use light. We can't jump into light speed. This is, there's baby cats. We're going to get to this location without light speed, so it shouldn't be too long. And he's going to look out towards the larger opening of the hangar bay where you'll move and take out and everything, and he'll kind of look over and he'll motion towards the ship, and he'll kind of, she's on there, man. She's on there.
It's like he walks towards the turret and he's like, just no,
Not here, man.
no,
Not here, man.
I'll wait.
You'll never get her out.
I'll wait. Just kill everybody. Kill myself.
I was gonna say, you kill everybody. You kill her. You kill yourself. Kill them. Motioning to Cookie and Zal.
Yeah, like a cookie with with like, and then like is that like meh.
I love Zal. No. Yeah, he'll there's a moment there where you can tell that he is anxious about something, and his hand will kind of fall down towards the cloth that he tied around his belt, and he kind of just stares at that ship, and he's just, well, we're gonna go. Looks like they're getting ready. Hopefully they saw us. Hopefully we can pull this off and make this look actually legit. As soon as you get a shot, take it, grab her, leave.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are boarding the ship. You guys have started up the engines. You guys are about ready to rock and roll. Cookie, actually no, Zal. I'll do Cookies first. I'm sorry. Back and forth. Cookie, what you doing? What you doing to make this thing better, faster, stronger?
I'm trying to go and find all that stuff that I was mentioning, like that I noticed.
Can you raise your volume a little bit? We can't hear you.
What happened there?
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's soft.
Like super soft.
How about now?
There
Yes. Yeah, we're good.
It keeps automatically adjusting my microphone volume way down. So Cookie is gonna go back and like all that stuff that I was kind of spotting on the way in. I'm gonna go clean up this over there, see if I can just get it. It's got that little sputter in the engine, and try and get that cleaned up. Just go rummage and stick my head in a bulkhead someplace and see if I can get it to get a little 5% more out of the engine. See if I can get that so that when we need to get away from this, we can kick it up a notch and hightail it out of there.
That's a very good idea. This is a newer craft. It is a model S791.
It hasn't kept up on his oil changes.
Has not. But you feel this is a lot less pieced together ship, which was the other ship, was just a poor hunkin' ship of metal.
Hey, don't you talk bad about my baby.
It was. This one is a little bit sleeker, a little bit newer, and you think that this has potential. So give me a roll. Give me your mechanics roll. It's only 2 purple die. This is nothing. I'm sorry, I have to lean over to let my cat out. He is done. He is done with this. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
That is 3 successes, 2 advantages.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you do it. You do what you want to do. So as you start to take off, so Zal has sat in the pilot seat, and she is beginning to
Can I screw with Zal a little bit, and like when she goes to hit the gas, it just doesn't do anything the first time? Like I've got like a spark plug out, and then just like wait for her to like go, what the hell, and then put it back in.
Yes.
Just something like really small, like disconnecting the spark like the spark plug cable in a car. like,
Yes.
I don't know I don't know what the problem is.
You
Like,
can
that
absolutely do that
attitude.
if you would like.
Miss, I'm a better pilot than you. You ain't going nowhere without me.
So as you do
He's
that,
getting
so
an
yes,
attitude.
she will her ship will the ship will uh begin to hover, and you'll see that it's about to take off, and that's when
Yeah,
you do.
don't let her hear you call it her ship.
I know. Um, you'll see you do the plug where she, is starting to take it out of the hangar bay, and it'll falter. But her reaction to that is kind of interesting. Immediately, she'll pull down two levers and switch the throttle to another engine and deviate power. All in a matter of seconds. It is all in a matter of seconds, like as she regains control of it,
It's like
and
this, like just nonplussed, like plug it back
nonplussed,
in. Like
absolutely
just
nothing.
fuck.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that
as
was as
she,
much fun
yeah,
as I wanted it to be.
and as she guides the ship out of the hangar bay, you can see that the other ship that had been waiting also take off from below. As you both kind of raise, Zal will, be at the controls, and she'll tell you guys to, okay, about to leave the planet. You might want to sit down. Um, because as with leaving any atmosphere, it's a little bumpy. So she'll kind of call that back over. But as soon as she gets out and is starting to bring the ship into the atmosphere, out of the port, out of, as the landscape drops away and you get higher into higher altitude, away from the city, the glow and hum of the casino district, aiming towards space, she kind of guns it. She kind of guns it a little bit. And but not in a way that gets you too far. It's like she's testing the thrust of this ship, see kind of where it can go. And as she does that, the other ship will kind of start to head in your direction as well, but they're keeping a distance. They're keeping a real big distance. As if you both are two separate entities heading towards a dinner party that you have never met anybody in before. So it's this feeling of like, I don't know if you're here too, if you're about to, what you're about to do, what are we about to do, who's this, it's a moment of tension. But Zal is very confident, absolutely confident at the controls. You can tell, both of you can tell that this is what she does. That this is, you're seeing Zal in her element, and I wish she was here because I would explain it. She's in her element here, and the way she maneuvers as you guys get further into space and further out of the atmosphere, which is usually very bumpy, was smooth. It was smooth as butter. She's a pilot. She's a damn good pilot.
Cookie
And
does like the kind of begrudging, like, all right, yeah, like respect where respect is due. All right, fine. Like just starts like turning a wrench on nothing in particular. Like, fine. No, so she's a better pilot. It's okay. It's fine.
she is in her groove. So Kay is there. Kay is has given her the coordinates for where they are to go, and she will kind of speak up and go, that's an Imperial refinement asteroid, that's nothing. And Kay will just kind of shrug and be like, I know, it's I guess it's the closest thing here. I don't know, I don't understand this is not, I would never have put a drop off in an Imperial refining. There's nothing. There's nobody
Is
there.
this like the scene in the movie where they do like the dead drop at like the oil refinery?
Yeah.
But
But no. No, this
yes,
is,
but no.
yes, but no, it isn't. This refinery, and Kay will bring this up on the computer so you can look at it, Quigley, you can look at it, Cookie. This refining station is on a cluster, actually, of asteroids. And it's really just a building and a whole network of pitching refinery things of, things boring into these asteroids for whatever ore they're trying to get, magical space ore. It's Imperial owned. The Empire does own it, but nobody living is there. It can be completely done via machine. So that is the drop-off location. But
No witnesses.
but Kay is just kind of shaking his head. It's like, this gets weirder and weirder and weirder. I don't understand this. This is an empire. I don't know what it is. I don't know. He's kind of he's like, you can tell that he's trying to figure all this out, and he isn't getting it. He'll look to you, Quigley. Any ideas?
Nope, not a one. Only thing I could think of is maybe you hang back and scope it out with a rifle and have Zal do the handoff.
Maybe. I want to know. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. See what it looks like. And with that, Zal will continue to pilot. It's about a 20-minute flight. Maybe closer to about half an hour. There was a contingency with the drop-off, was that you could not light speed there. So you're flying kind of in tandem with this other ship. Zal, give me a piloting roll. Give me a piloting check.
Perfect. I'm also a skilled pilot, so I could take off one setback.
Okay. So it's going to be a total of, because of that, it's going to be 1 purple and 1 red.
All right.
And this is space travel.
Okay.
There's space piloting. There's 2 types of piloting. One is planetary, one is space. This is going to be space.
Cool. So this is awesome. 3 successes, 2 advantages, 1 despair.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What?
No, this is fine. This is perfect.
This is fine.
This is fine. This is
Absolutely,
perfect.
everything's on fire. This is fine. This is great.
This is fine. I don't know what anybody.
Yeah. I got a success.
You did. And that's what keeps you up. Keeps the thing flying.
Hunk of junk, okay?
Yeah. It's not.
It's not.
Cookie starts randomly patting pieces of the ship. Don't listen to her, baby. It's okay.
You fly.
It doesn't appreciate you like I do.
Zal, you you are an experienced pilot. You know what space flight is like. You have flown so many gosh darn ships for so many gosh darn hours, you can't count at this point. This is your job. As you start to get closer, and what we had discussed while you were away was the location for this drop-off is an Imperial mining refinery asteroid. So how this looks is it's actually a cluster of asteroids that the Empire has an automated, completely no humans there, refining and mining equipment on these asteroids, and they're boring into the cores of these asteroids to get whatever space ore they need. Space ore. Space oil. And this is where the drop-off is going to be, hypothetically. We all don't know. You, with your background, you know that this is one out of many targets for the rebellion. This is anything that you can hinder or you can target their refinery or their resource production. Anything like that is an open hit for the Alliance, because you just want to screw the Empire. And it also will cut back on their production level of the things that kill you and your friends. So with that in mind, that is what this is in mind. But more importantly, as you start to get closer to this end drop-off area, how do I say this? uh, there's a sense that you have kind of driven off, or you've kind of flown off into a very secluded part of the galaxy. And you don't know why, because it's not extremely far away from Nar Shaddaa. It's not far away at all. But still, it's you get the sense and the prevailing feeling as a pilot that that something is here and you can't see it. And you know what you have, the things that you have heard on Nar Shaddaa. And there's no real reason for it. There's no explanation really, other than that is the sense you get when you're flying. Um, I don't know if you get that sense when you're driving. Drive and you're like, I don't like this. I don't know. That's how you feel. You turn the music down, put on your seatbelt. uh, but you continue to fly. There's no nothing that stops you from, or there's no catastrophe that happens at that point. And the other ship is kind of tagging along with you, but you do see. It's not long before you see these asteroids looming. Zal, you have your skill as a pilot has kept this ship from colliding with an asteroid. However, as you go around kind of one of the banks of these asteroids, looking for this one platform where this coordinate is, you feel what's a thud against your ship. Cookie, give me a mechanics roll.
Mechanics coming right up.
It's just going to be 2 purple.
And 2 purple. 3 successes, 1 threat.
So as you hear this or you feel this jarring thud, there's a warning light there, a warning sound that goes off for you, Cookie. It's in the hull. It just looks like that possibly a piece of space rock might have collided into the hull. There is no breach. Luckily, there is no breach, but it does require some maintenance. And time is becoming of the essence because you're getting closer to this refinery. So I want you to make let me back this up a little bit. If the sirens are going off and you're seeing a depressurization of your hull, what would you do?
I would try and figure out where that hole was and seal that section off. Like, so if it's in like a particular like storage bay, like seal off everything interior and section it out, because there's only what, 4 people in the ship.
There are only 4 people.
So anywhere that doesn't have a living person in it can just be completely sealed off.
Okay.
It wouldn't be terribly efficient for like movement, but it's not really going to screw us up that much because we're in a vacuum.
You are indeed in a vacuum. So that's what you go about doing. Quigley, as you're
And
sitting
start
there.
freaking out on the comms and be like, "What did you hate?" I'm totally blaming Sal for this.
That's fine.
Mute.
Quigley, you have been tracking, you have been monitoring. I'm going to say, Cookie, you are going to do that. You are going to do your your mechanics role has allowed you to be able to target and quickly start to repair this hull breach. It's not, like I said, it's not completely major. It just kind of, maybe it seems like a fender bender type situation, but with a rock against your hull. Not bad, could be worse, but you do need to contain it. So I'm going to say,
but I wouldn't have hit the damn thing. Like, sure. Yeah, you're the better driver.
You would have hit the entire asteroid.
I'd
Okay.
have seen the entire asteroid coming. Sure.
Enough.
kids.
Oh, well, all you hear from the Wookiee's end is like, but you know what they mean. Like, it's very clear what the intent behind the Wookiee noises is.
Quigley's gonna turn around with a squirt bottle.
Yeah, because it's all Cookie's fault.
So, Quigley, you have been monitoring the tracking device that Cookie created and that she created. And you are watching it as you are flying. Luckily for the upgrades and everything that Cookie was quickly able to do, you can tell that Bit is on that ship. Not your ship, but of course the other ship that you that is kind of following you through this. She's on that ship. You can relax with at least with that there is at least the chip that she supposedly had is on that ship. So I think that you at least feel semi-confident that she is on that ship and that you're headed both to the same place. The other ship, Zal, you'll notice that the other ship is not talking. They haven't said anything to you. Their communications are not up with you. Um, every man for himself kind of thing. They don't know you don't know if they know anything more than what you do. It doesn't look like it because they're not, taking any other way. They're not bulldozing ahead of you or anything. They're headed, they're staying near you. Um, as you both approach, you'll see a large asteroid, and you can see this landing pad that's on it. There is no other ship at the moment. It is a barren, or it's open. However, you know that this larger asteroid, and you can tell from the scans of the ship that this has an atmosphere bubble, so you're able to land, and it has gravity and has air for a certain, kind of shielded around this one asteroid. The other ones don't. The other ones are completely out in space, but this one has a large like a mechanical drill bit, and it has what looks to be maybe one small building, probably housing machinery or housing droids or something of that. But there is a large landing pad. Um, Give me a planet roll, or give me a planetary roll for your piloting for landing this. And if that is what you want to do, let me ask this: as you approach this, what would you guys like to do? Is there anything you'd guys like to discuss, figure out?
Quigley is trying to scope out the landing area to see if
Sure,
anybody might like if there's any like vantage points people could be popping out and attacking them from or anything like that.
sure. So as you get closer, give me a perception roll. It's going to be ooh. I'm gonna use one of my dark sides.
Hmm. I'm gonna use one of my light sides. I'm just
No,
fine.
you can't. No, bitch, you can't. I'm using one of my dark sides, so that means you get three. You have three light side pips. I only have one left on my dark side. Give me a red and two purple on this perception.
All right. Three threat.
Ooh, okay. So, as you look out onto the asteroid and you see the landing pad, you see a couple. There's some like cargo thing, like cargo boxes, with a tarp over one. Um, just some clutter kind of stuff on the main landing pad. There is a walkway to one low standing building, kind of almost like a shed. It almost looks like a shed, but it's not. It's a industrial low one floor kind of building. You think that maybe it could be used for holding droids. You don't know how far down it goes. It could go down a couple levels, but nothing too deep because it's only an asteroid, so it doesn't have a lot of it is prone to breaking up, and especially with mining, these things can break up, and so it's not. It wouldn't go down too far. It's probably only this level, but it's almost like the shape of a hothouse, or like a where you grow plants or everything. Kind of looks like that, and that's all you see. That is all you see. You do
Oh.
not see any sign of anyone living on that platform. Nor do you see anything that indicates that there are other ships around this asteroid. You don't see, and Zal.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go. Yeah.
Does he see anything with thermal vision?
Ooh. Ooh. Fun, 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 fun. Um, yes and no. Yes and no. As you start to pull closer, you see that there is residual heat on the top surface of this building. It's hard to say what exactly it could be from, but it's on a large enough patch of it that it's not like, I don't know, an animal or something. It's a large enough patch that fairly recently there was heat either above it or under it.
Right.
That's what you see.
All right.
So, as you get closer and you land, let me do your planetary roll now, Zal.
Yes.
Did I give you the challenge dice for that?
No.
No, I don't know what I'm doing. 2 purple. It's a basic kind of piloting maneuver. You're going to land. There are only there's 2 great things, or never mind. Continue.
2 successes, 3 advantages, 1 triumph.
Ooh, look at that!
I landed expertly.
I was gonna say, how do you describe this amazing, perfect landing?
Like, there is not even like a bump as she lands this ship. It's just like so smooth.
Like butter.
And she'll just like kind of look over at Cookie and just like
She does it.
On the back.
She-
Cookie's like,
She does it
And the
while
shit.
looking at Cookie. Just
yeah, the entire time.
Cookie's like head in a, like halfway in a bulkhead someplace. It's not paying any attention. Like, all right, fine. I see how it is. No problem. Actually, is there a galley on this ship?
no, I think this is a smaller ship.
Is there like any sort? I can't hear you, Alex. Are you?
Oh shit! I was muted. I was gonna say there is a small one. There's a small one.
The Cookie's in the galley looking for something to eat, just like ignoring everybody.
Can relate.
Like just rummaging through the refrigerator. Like, fine, I'm just gonna stress eat. It's no problem.
Let's go stress eat.
Yeah. I could
When
teach you
Wookiees-
sometime.
When Wookiees stress eat, it's not pretty.
Can relate. As you land smooth as butter, the other ship will soon afterwards follow. But Kay is kind of moving around, and you can tell that he looks kind of nervous about this. He calls out, "Okay, guys, I need you guys to get shackled back up. We're gonna, I guess, just go out there. I don't know. I don't know where this guy is." And he's gonna he's constantly watching from the larger, I want to say glass, but it's not glass. It's the looking out onto the platform from the cockpit. That large window that we think of, but it can't be a window, but it is. And he'll hit the button to have the ramp drop, but not move towards it yet, as he goes around and kind of is looking over his ship, looking over everything. As he motions to you, Quigley, he's going to say, "Have your blaster ready. Put it in a location that you can get to. I'm going to give you as much of an opening as I can."
Oh, so we're just gonna start off with the shooting, huh?
No, we're not.
All right. Well,
Just follow my lead with this if you can.
you're the one running the show.
I wish that was the case.
Cookie walks up from behind, like munching on something that is kind of unidentifiable.
Is it just
And
like
then,
crumbs in your fur?
Now, yeah, but like, and then so it's like a cleaning off of the fur and like trying to
Mhm.
look as like intimidating as possible. Like, yeah, no, I got. Cookie's confidence is a little shot right now.
That's really what we need. The Wookiees to have a blow to their confidence right before we do something dangerous.
So you guys will be rebound. You know, you'll have your bindings back on, but of course you'll be able to get out of them. They're just there for show. Where are you guys thinking about storing rifles? Now Zal will have her blaster ready to go. She has that out. What are you guys doing to where are you guys placing your weapons?
So
Um,
Any
Cookie
ideas?
kind
so
of is a weapon.
She is. They are. They are.
so Quigley has a his vibro saber attached to the inside of his leg, uh, and then he has the blaster at the small of his back. But his heavy blaster is what he really wants because that's his thing.
And Zal has that, correct?
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
carrying it like a trophy right now.
Can Cookie give Zal the bowcaster too as like another trophy?
Just sounds just like
Just sound like that's like
Is
all
the heavy? But is the heavy blaster? Is it cumbersome, Daniel?
it is.
I think
I really want so I don't want to say it,
The
but I
the
really want
bowcaster is cumbersome 3. So
I want to see Zal try to use the heavy poof.
yeah, the bowcaster is
knockback.
cumbersome 3 and knockdown.
Yeah.
So it would be the like shooter across the room into the wall kind of thing.
Okay, well, if I need to escape,
Right.
Just point down and jump, and you'll be fine.
yes.
She's now in orbit.
All
But
right.
yeah, so Cookie is. I'm leaving my droids on the ship.
You're leaving the droids on the ship?
Might be a bad idea, but I want to look as like disarmed as possible.
Got it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. All
I
right.
do still have my EMP disruptor like kind of hidden.
Okay.
The
Okay.
folds of your fur.
Yeah, I
No,
figured like there's
I have a big leather like blacksmith apron on, so it's kind of like
yeah.
under the apron. It's in my no, never mind.
You don't want to know where it's at.
We're streaming, people.
This is a family show.
Oh, I'm on the wrong show.
All right.
The Addams family, but still like
As you exit, okay, so he is going to once again kind of take point and will kind of lead you guys out onto this platform in a way that looks like you guys are his captives. Zal, you're coming up from behind them from the rear, looking imposing and with this gun that's huge. As you move out of the ship, the other ship that followed you here and that has the tracking beacon within its bowels has landed next to you and has their cargo flap down, and these people actually it is a human male, a human female. I wrote their names down eons and eons ago because they are recurring people. One Doug, which is like Sebulba, and one Trandoshan. But they are kind of moving about as well. They are
Cookie snarls at the Trandoshan just out of
Yeah.
instinct.
they are about 20, not even that, like about 15 yards away from you, not too far, but enough to obviously kind of have your own ship spaces, so you both could take off if you needed to. As they move down their cargo bay, they are pushing hover beds or like hover containment cells.
Like the carbonite thing from
yes.
The Mandalorian.
Kind of like the carbonite thing. It's not carbonite though. There is a clear, almost plastic-like shell over it, and in it you can see the faces of your friends. You see, as you start to move around your ship and you get a better sight of this, you can see that there are 3 of those pods. One is a little smaller than the others, but the pods are quiet and still. Quigley, having been a bounty hunter, that it is much easier to deal with captives when they're asleep. So it is in your best understanding that they probably knocked Belandi, Noah, and Bite a bit.
Bite.
Out. Bite.
Bit
uh,
bites. Be
bit
careful.
bite. They are probably knocked out.
No, you would need 8 of her to be a bite.
Dun, dun, dun. Good night, guys.
And
So
I'm
I'm
done.
done. I'm done. So as you guys are coming out, and Kay is taking point, and he is looking over to these other bounty hunters. He'll kind of give like a nod, and he's kind of playing like, "Hey, here too. Yeah, I'm here too."
I got 2 of them too.
I gotta do.
I got the Wookiee.
I don't know, look at that. And they'll look over at Cookie and be like,
Cookie shakes her head and like and motions to Zal like nah Zal got me.
one of the human woman will kind of smile at that. She knows. Fuck man. No, she will. They are working. There is the human male and the Doug are kind of look to be the one giving orders. The human male will start to meander over to Kay, who breaks away from you guys a little bit to kind of look like he's the one in charge as he goes over, and you can see that they're talking, and if you read their lips, it's like, what is this, like, where are uh this person better show up, like, we're out here, this is ridiculous. A moment passes, and there is this weight, this anticipation, as well as a physical, what you almost feels like a physical weight on you. But it is not long before you understand why that heavy presence has fallen over you. And it's hard to see it at first. It is hard to kind of pinpoint it out. This area above the refinery, or above this building that is on this asteroid, at one moment it's normal, and it seems as if you can look out into the stars, and the galaxy is endless beyond that. But as you're staring at it, you begin to realize that there's a shadow there. And as you continue to stare at it, you realize that it is not a shadow, that there is a
It's that big damn ship that was blasting the hell out of the other planet. What?
it is a black
It's this guy.
shadow. It is a black missing. It's almost as if there is a missing space in this area before, rather suddenly, the visage of an infiltrator ship, dark and black, cut in sleek corners, precise as if an artist has created the ship, blinks into existence above this refinery station. There had been no sound. There had been nothing on any scanners from your ship, Zal. Nothing on the scanners from you, Cookie, and
Not gonna lie, Cookie's a little turned on.
Quigley, you're the only one who might have gotten it. It's a little. It is surprising to you all. We will say that, because as of right now, you do not know of another ship that has a cloaking capability like that off the top of your head. This is something that your characters have not encountered before. Even you, Zal, who has seen many ships and seen many different planetary ships, this did something just now that you haven't seen before. And you're reminded of the conversations you have had with others. This dark ship is smaller than a Star Destroyer. It is smaller than what you would think Curial kind of ship. This ship is almost like, how do I explain this? This is the super yacht. This super yacht of ships, and it moves like that. It moves a lot quicker than a destroyer. It's not as big as one, for one. It is about half the size of an Imperial Star Destroyer. But more importantly, it is faster. And as you watch it get closer, as you watch it kind of swing around this refinery station, you realize that it is not the Empire. Give me a perception check, everybody.
What's the negatives?
Gonna be 2 purple.
One success, one advantage.
Okay.
One threat.
Ooh,
I am
okay.
not paying attention.
2 successes,
Like I
1
said,
advantage.
Cookie's a little turned on.
Okay, Cookie, you do not see this. Cookie, you are attracted to the ship that just seemingly
In a
appeared
mechanical way.
in a mechanical way because it is something very cool.
Cookie's a bit of a mechanophile if we haven't figured that out yet.
But you, Quigley and Zal, you will see that as it swings around and begins to land, it is, like I said, it's not as big as a Star Destroyer. It takes up a lot of the room of this small asteroid, but it is still able to fit here. As it does so, you are able to see on the hull of this ship, which is it's matte black. It is almost a material that it's hard. You're unsure what this material is right now. It's obviously some sort of metal. It's some sort of steel or something of that. But you don't know what the ship is made out of. It's matte black. Not the normal texture or look of an average Imperial ship or even any other sort of ship, not a Mandalorian ship, not a Kalmarian ship, certainly not a ship from the Republic of any sense, but you see it. And on the hull is a emblem. It is a triangle, and in the middle there's a circle. There is a line between the circle. On the top half of the circle, it is grayed out or it made darker, and the bottom half is not. And I'll send you this drawing for it in the near future. But as the ship lands, both parties, Kay and the other bounty hunters, grow quiet as they just watch. The other bounty hunters look just as alarmed and just as nervous now as Kay had looked. And I don't know how you guys are looking, but Kay is looking not very well. The color, what color he did have from his dying face has gone. And as have the colors of most of the other faces of the other bounty hunters. A cargo bay door will hiss as the air releases and it slowly levels to the platform. The ship that landed almost makes no sound. It's like a hybrid. It's like a Prius where it's like right next to you.
Cookie looks pissed. Cookie is these are the people that sent that big ass monster against the Rishi, the village on Rishi, essentially.
Yeah.
And so Cookie is going. These are the people that hurt my friend. So Cookie is pissed.
As the hiss of the door lands and everything, there's a moment and it's nobody moves. Kay is kind of takes a glance back at you guys and is kind of like, okay. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Quigley.
He's like straining at the cups just a little bit, like trying not to blow their cover.
Yeah.
That's Cookie's just like, don't blow it.
You see the carriers. They're only a couple yards away. They're a couple. Bit is like right over there, and so is Belandi, and so is Noah, who you could suspect. You can see them.
I thought we sold Noah into slavery anyway.
I mean, you can leave him. I'm not saying you have
we got our money's worth. Oh wait, we could sell him again.
Thank you, Mitchell.
We love you, Mitch.
Love you, Mitchell. But it is not long before a figure begins to walk down this ramp of this ship. The figure is cloaked in black and gray. His boots are about knee length, as what you would suspect for most people of command will say. But the attire is not one that you have seen before. It's a little different. What you would expect almost an imperial officer uniform to look like, this isn't that. This is not any uniform that you have seen before. The dark gray top is asymmetrical a little bit. Loose fitting dark pants that are tucked into the boots. And around this person's waist is a belt. And as this person leaves the ramp and moves across the distance of the platform between you and they, this person begins to take shape. This is a young man. This is somebody that appears to be maybe 20, maybe 21. Dark hair, olive skin, dark eyebrows. Wears matching Chanel black gloves. And is I have to put the Chanel gloves in because Luke Skywalker's Chanel boots is a statement. And he is attractive-ish. He's a good-looking young guy. But the young man will have a sense and an air of confidence about him, as if he has never known defeat.
He's gonna learn today.
As he walks across the platform, he'll stop about, I don't know, 12 paces away from Kay, or 12 paces away from the group, we'll say. Kay kind of like is suddenly very much alert and is very much watching him. And his own hand kind of starts to move towards his belts as he watches him. And the man, this other man, smiles. Beaming glow of white teeth smile as he speaks. His voice is very smooth, but young. As if maybe in 20 years he could actually have a very deep, powerful, commanding voice, but right now it's just not there yet. And he'll say, on behalf of the Marstus Empire, I wish to extend fervent congratulations. You soon will all be very rich men.
And women.
And women, of course. Your assistance, looking specifically to you, Zal, your assistance will not be forgotten by me or my family. And he'll kind of motion with his hand. He'll extend it towards his ship and kind of make like a beckoning motion with his hands as what looked to be almost two mounds almost under the hull of the ship suddenly start to move and they drop off of the ship. As they do so, 6 legs kind of sprout up, 3 from each side kind of sprout out as it begins to click and shuffle. And it's almost like, think of like a little bit like a, I'm trying to think of a goat-sized scorpion. A goat-sized black scorpion. I was trying to think of an animal that was close to the size, but that is what I got. So a goat-sized scorpion. But these scorpions are, if you could call it that, that's the closest thing I could think. It's more arachnid because there is really no tail, but it's these clicky long legs with a abdomen, with bisected abdomen, and they are ever moving. It is this as if this creature is almost close to sentience. It's almost close to being organic, but it's not. It is very much the same material that this ship is made out of. And as they come to life and click and they start to move, you can see that they have a good amount of speed actually as they come to life and click and they go up the ramp And it is not long before they come back down. And on top of them is a black crate, two of them actually. As these two little goat scorpion things, which is what I'm going to call them now, as they click, 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 across the platform, standing and ending at the side of their owner, the man, as he kind of motions for them as they settle back down. The two crates, Quigley, you know this, and I think it is pretty much obvious for the majority of you that these are payment crates. These are, what you would carry large amount of money in, possibly. If you weren't going to do it on a credit system, which they are not. He'll look back up at you and please, please. And as he says this, his eyes will kind of scan the area and fall actually on Kay and go, please, from the depth of my heart, don't try anything. And with that, he'll motion towards the crates. Gentlemen and ladies, please, take your rightful bounty. Please, bring them forward. And at that, Kay, in his stoic nature, will start to move, as will the bounty hunters that are next to him. And as he does that, he'll start to move over towards you, Cookie. But as he kind of starts to walk towards that direction, he'll immediately start to veer over to the man. As he kind of walks up, slowly at first. The man just watches him and is smiling. He just smiles. And he'll kind of raise an eyebrow. Yes. And in an instant, Kay's whole visage changes. Quigley, you do not have very deep memories of where Kay has said he came from. You only know that he came to Nar Shaddaa on a ship from Coruscant when he was 10. But as he moves now, you can see that at one point, maybe, this person had hope. In a second, a silver hilt snaps to Kay's hand as he extends it. And in what seems like a matter of flashing moments for all of you, the hum and the glow of a blue lightsaber turn on as it points directly at this man. As he kind of motions for you guys. Oh, you're about to find out what we have planned. And with that, guys, at that moment, the man is no longer focused on you. Quigley, Cookie, Zal, if there was ever a moment to do something, now might be the time. What you guys want to do?
How close am I to Zal?
You are very close. Less than 3 feet, 2 feet. Like, you're right there.
Both of us?
Yes. You guys are all kind of together. You guys are up towards the front of the ship, where the other bounty hunters are kind of just on the opposite side of you, with their containers. The main guy, their leader, is heading towards the crate that is in front of him. Kay has diverged and is now in front of the guy, Marstus.
All right. So, are our bindings still on, like locked tight?
No, you can break out of them in
And
instant.
just shake them off.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Quigley is definitely going to do that grab for his blaster.
Cookie just like shakes him off and like turns like, hit me. Like, waiting for Zal to like
And
talk.
then she shoots him.
What's the plan? No, I like this plan.
Yes.
But he'll kind of grab his blaster from Zal and and he'll just make a beeline for Bit.
Okay. Why don't you guys all give me let's just start initiative. Give me your base agility rolls. So it's just you're just rolling agility.
So just this green die.
Yeah.
Yes. And tell me how many successes you get.
I got 3 successes and 4 advantage.
Okay. You, James?
I got 2 successes.
Okay. And Zal?
2 successes, 4 advantage.
Okay. So Daniel, you're first. I'm sorry. How many advantages did you actually? Yeah, we'll do advantage. James, how many advantage did you get? If you got
Just
any.
rolling what? Agility?
Yeah, just agility.
And that's what? So I've got an agility of 3, so it's 3 green die.
Yes.
Just 2 successes.
Okay, that's fine. So Zal, you'll go before Cookie. Cookie, you are last. Daniel, you're first. If we need to break this, this is more just to keep me going, so I know what I'm doing. All right, so Daniel, you are first. You make a beeline to the other bounty hunting group with these other pods, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you start to do that, the other bounty hunters who had not been expecting Kay to bust out a lightsaber at all whatsoever, they are standing there looking rather stunned. As you start to move over to them, they're like, and they're scrambling to get their blasters. As you get over there, you can see now that the pods do contain your friend, that you can fully see them. There's Bit. She looks to be asleep. Blondie is there. She looks to be asleep. Noah is there. Looks to be asleep. They are in what you can quickly guess is just a knocked out, container. And they're fine. I mean, they're kind of safe in there, but and they're also hovering, so you can maneuver them. But as you do that, so one of the bounty hunters will raise their blaster at you. Let me do this. Do you want to shoot them?
Oof. Ooh, I kind of do because I really want to fire this new gun that I have.
Do it.
Do you?
He'll hold it up and at first, and he's just kind of like staring him down. He's like, "You could take your money and you could leave right now."
Okay. Cookie and Zal. Well, it's actually, I'm sorry, it's Zal first. Zal.
Yes. So Zal will first just set down Cookie's bow blaster because I am not throwing it at her. Carrying it and looking cool is hard enough. She hears what Quigley says and instead will just fire at the closest person that she can.
Okay. Give me a ranged.
Okay.
It's going to be what are you using his gun?
Oh no.
Okay, I was gonna be like, Daniel, what is his gun?
Took his gun.
I have my gun.
Heck no.
So it's only going to be 1 purple is your challenge for this because it's close range. And they actually don't have they're kind of scrambling for their blasters. They didn't expect any of this.
Just get rid of them. 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay, cool. So as you do that, you raise a blaster, and the person that's closest is actually the Doug, the subulba like thing on their legs, and the Doug was kind of no idea what was going on. He was actually starting to move towards the crate, but as you pull up a shot, he gets hit in his like one of his legs, and he as he goes falling back. The sound, though, alerts the other bounty hunters, and particularly the leader who had been talking with Kay before. He suddenly looks and sees what you did, and is just like he raises his blaster to you, and he's motioning for. He's looking actually also to you, Quigley. He's kind of going back and forth like shit. And with that, he'll with that, Cookie.
Is the guy that is kind of like back and forth between Quigley and Zal, is that the Trandoshan?
No, that is a human male. It is human male number 1.
Because I really want to shoot the Trandoshan, but I think that when Zal drops the bowcaster, Cookie would just immediately like scoop it up and like in a single turn just bring it around and fire at the actually, what are the 2 like spider scorpion things doing?
They're just there. They were they carry the canisters, the crates are still on top of them, and they're still kind of like in I'm standing here mode. They haven't gotten their next order. So
okay. So then yeah, I'm gonna just level the bowcaster at the human male, and very, very obviously like cock it and hold it on him. Yeah. I'm not gonna fire yet, but I am gonna like make it very apparent that if he fires on either Quigley or Zal, that he's gonna get the next shot in the head.
Okay. And that is actually a move, is to take aim. So we'll say that you take aim.
And being as intimidating of a Wookiee as I possibly can.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he doesn't know what to do. He's going back and forth. He doesn't know. As this is all happening, the 2 figures ahead, Kay and this other man, Marstus, he is as Kay remains there, his hand extended, the lightsaber blade casting a blue glow on his face. The young man will look and smile at the blade that is a couple inches away from him, and say, how delightful. How delightful. I was hoping you would man up and do this. And with that, the man will extend one hand to his side and remove a sleek gray, just looks like a hilt. But it doesn't look like, well, you don't know. You don't know how lightsabers are supposed to look. You don't know anything. But as he does that, he removes it from his belt. As he turns on the saber, the sounds and the color and the entire blade do not resemble Kay's. This blade is almost white, but in crackles. It crackles, and as he moves it, as Kay's lightsaber hummed, it was a sound that we all know what it is, but for your characters, it's a very hum sound. This lightsaber, or this blade, does not. In fact, Quigley, if you were looking, maybe you are, maybe you're not, I don't know. It almost seems like a vibroblade in the sense that it crackles, that at every movement, it's like it flashes and there's a flash of red in it. But it's it's different than Kay's, and that's all that you know. As he does this, as he ignites this blade, Kay will just eye him, his eyes locked. He will look over, kind of try and look behind him for just a split second before he raises his hand. Kay raises his hand and suddenly pushes his out as if he has tried to pull in as much energy as he could to do this. He blasts this guy back as far as he could. It's a force blast. It pulls some cargo boxes that you had seen, pulls them with him. It's the hardest blast he could give. And in that instant, as he does this, Kay also moves with it. Quigley, and anybody who's really watching, mainly Quigley, you know that he has a bum leg. You know that he has a bum leg. But in that instant, it does not, it's as if his leg was his own. As he moves forward, you hear the sound almost like thunder. This other saber crackles like lightning. It is thunder. It is a louder and deeper hum than Kay's lightsaber. And as the two blades connect, there's a spark from that other saber, and it's red for an instant, but then it's white again. It's as if every movement crackles, and it's just underneath, it's a molten red core. But right now, that is all that is happening, and they're in their own world at this moment. There is something bigger here that you guys are witnessing and that you feel, but you don't know what it is. And more importantly, neither do the bounty hunters that came with you guys. As they see this happening, they look, and you guys have your blasters on them, and the unfortunately the poor Doug is about ready to fire before the man go, no, wait, get the crates, get the crates. And he'll look to you, Quigley, and then look to you, Gazelle. I'm taking the crates, and we'll start to move the crate.
As he goes to go, he's like, you can take one crate, or I swear I'll end you all here.
Cookie starts moving towards the stasis pod with Bit in it.
I'm glad somebody's getting Bit.
I'm literally standing in front of her.
Okay. And he'll stop that. He'll stop with that. And he'll kind of smile and go like, fine, one crate. I'm getting this one now. And he'll grab it and start to move. He'll motion to the other people, like the Doug, who actually is pulling out his blaster now. And he's just moved. No, go, ship, go. We got it, we go. And he is the other bounty hunters are quickly kind of helping him. They don't know what to do with the people. They actually are like, oh, do we take them? And he's like, no, just get on the ship, go, get out of here, let's go. They're dropping. They have no care about that. They have one of the chests.
All right. Well, if Quigley's got Bit, I'll get Belandi.
Okay.
And start pushing her back towards the ship.
Okay.
Zal, get the crate, right? You got the crate?
Is it possible for me to get both? Like, is it possible for the Wookiee to get both Noah and Belandi? Like, maneuver these pods, or do I have to choose one?
Gotta choose one.
Belandi. Sorry.
To be fair,
she is my body.
It's a wise choice.
She petted me.
All right, Zal, what are you doing?
The crate. Grab the goddamn crate.
Get the money.
I'm just thinking of like what the Alliance would want me to do in this moment.
Money. They always need money.
Space pigeons. Take the money.
Gosh dang it. Choices. All
I mean,
right.
well, which is more money? What's in the crate or what we could sell Noah for again?
In the crate.
Yeah. Stupid spider goat things, though.
Spider goats.
But the other guy didn't get attacked when he took the crate, so.
Yeah, she
He did
will
not.
cautiously approach the spider goat, scorpion, goose.
Scorpion goose.
Dire goose. No.
I like how that was like my size approximation. Was like, shit, it's a goat. It looks like a goat. No, it is a size.
Terrifying.
It is. If you saw
But
a
that's a
goat-sized
good. But
scorpion,
that's a good. Like that painted a very accurate picture. I think.
I hope so. I hope nobody's
got
actually like
it.
thinking of like a goat head with like a scorpion, because that's not. Oh no, that'd be funny. As you
Thanks,
go
now I'm gonna
closer to
have
the scorpion.
nightmares.
Yes, the scorpion or the arachnid looking thing did not attack the other man or the other person as they took the crate. And as you move closer, Zal, that other scorpion creature is still sitting there. It hasn't moved. And the one that as you begin to take the crate from,
Stay.
yeah, very gingerly, it does not move. It does not move. So you're able to grab it. And it does have some heft to it. This thing feels like it has, at least something in it.
It's a bomb.
Yeah, can I open this right now?
You absolutely could if you wanted to.
Like, why? I don't want to take this on the ship if it's just going to be like more spider goat babies on the inside that are like burst out.
You absolutely could. Do you want to crack it open here?
Yep.
All right.
Just
give me.
make sure.
I want you to give me a cool roll.
Any negatives?
There is. There's going to be a negative. It's going to be 2 purple.
Two. 1 success, 1 advantage.
Excellent.
I'm super cool.
Guys. Oh man, you guys were so close. As you do this, as you begin to crack it open, you do so gingerly, which is really good. And perhaps your Rebel Alliance background and training really stepped it up in this moment, because as you do that, all of you suddenly hear the boom of an explosion. Of one really close. In fact, everyone give me an athletics. Or actually, no, give me athletics. No, I'm sorry, give me resilience. It's a resilience roll. Sorry.
Make up your mind,
No,
man.
I'm sorry. And I'm using my last dark side point.
Can we use the light side point to counteract that?
No, you can't, unfortunately. No. It's on the next one. So you have 4 light side points.
4 light side points. We need to use all of these light side points by the end of the episode, guys.
You do. Give me
pile them all in a single attempt at something.
1 red, 2 purple, 1 black. I zazzed this one up. This one's hard.
Say that one more time for me.
1 red, 2 purple, 1 black.
Piece of cake. We're all gonna die. Oh, not too bad. 3 successes, 2 threats for me.
Okay, Daniel.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Zal.
3 successes, 6 threats.
Okay. The explosion
happened.
Honestly, you guys just came so. I didn't know what was. This was bad. Okay, so as the explosion rips through the other ship, absolutely gutting this thing. Like this is like fireball right behind you. In fact, Quigley, you are knocked down. Cookie, you are kind of blasted to your knee. Sam, as soon as you hear that
Val shot, damn it.
As soon as you hear that, you realize all in a split second that this is what this is, and you stop. You stop right at the point where if you had gone any further, this would have been very bad. In fact, this was actually a thing that could have really damaged all of you. Be glad you thought of this. As you do this, you feel the heat come over, behind you, as this plume of black smoke hits the atmosphere shield around the meteor, the asteroid. And in fact, it's very smoky right now as the filtration system tries to kick on. It's a big mess. As
How big is this crate, Alex?
this
Roughly?
crate is about, we'll say, 24
Like a
by
solid Foot Locker size?
yeah, a little bit smaller than that, maybe
A
a
little
little bit
smaller?
smaller, but yeah, like that dimension type thing where it's like
Okay.
a Foot Locker smaller.
Like a good sized Tupperware tub.
Yeah, good sized Tupperware tub. You can put cupcakes in there if you want. Um, but uh, Zal, I want you to make me one more roll. I want you to make me now another cool roll, and this one's 2 purple as well.
It's about like this.
About like that. Yeah, maybe a little bit smaller, but yes, about like that. That is close enough.
Okay.
That is close enough. Yeah.
Okay, 2 successes, 3 threats.
Okay. You're able to stop, and you're able to carefully negotiate it back down without shaking too much. Because if you had not made that, or if anything could have gone very, very poorly. So, and it went poorly for the other group, who had no hope. Once they had loaded it onto the ship, it was as if a coffin had closed on them all. So you're left. You're left with this bomb in front of you. Who grabbed who? I'm sorry. Who grabbed who? Cookie, you grabbed Blondie.
I did.
All right. And Quigley, you grabbed Bits, her
Mhm.
little carrying thing. Are you guys heading back towards the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As you do that, anybody who would look over will see Kay. Sweet little Kay. Kay, who is doing his best to remember and to feel the connection that he had broken and tried to dull out through drugs, through years and years and years of drug use. He has tried to break himself away from the memories in the past that he has seen, and for a life that he knew was gone. And as he fights with this other person who is fast and is strong, and it is very obvious as anybody watches him that he is outdone, that this other person is a far better swordsman than Kay is. And Kay is only merely barely able to keep up with the lightning fast strikes of this other saber that crackles and thunders across this asteroid and across this platform. It's almost as if this other man is barely breaking a sweat. He is smiling. He's having fun. This is something that he has only dreamed of doing, that this is finally something that he has wished and hoped for. He is doing, and he is taking delight in it. So you guys are getting back onto your ship. Are you guys going to what are you guys doing?
So Bit and Blondie are on like carts as well.
So in Star Wars they kind of have like hovering gurney type things. Yeah, that's that.
They could theoretically take one of them off the cart, right?
You there's a little data pad where you'd pump put in the number, whatever it is, and the case will open. So then you can there is a clear case like over them, to protect the body or whatever. If you think of Alien with that.
Yeah.
I feel like I have an idea. I don't know if we have the same idea right now, but
put the bomb on the cart
and then push it into his ship.
Yep.
And blow it up.
I was just gonna like Wookiee, just chuck the thing. That's why I was asking how big it was. It's because
I'm afraid it would explode in your hands.
Right.
Wookiee could just pick it up and just hurl it into the back of the ship. But yeah, your idea is better.
All right, go to it. How are you guys doing this? Tell me.
Ooh, Could Cookie somehow like rig like a timed fuse? Because it seems like it only would blow up if you open it, right?
You
I
Well,
can
think
shoot it.
yeah, you could always shoot it.
Or you could shoot it. All right,
yeah,
cool.
the time is kind of the essence right now.
All
You
right,
don't know.
yeah.
You don't know how long. From the way it looks like, Kay is not going to hang on for much longer. Like, we're talking seconds maybe. He knows. He
Cookie's
gave
getting
you.
out of the way.
Okay.
So if that's the
Just
case,
like lock eyes.
Mhm.
You
um,
get bit out of the thing.
yeah, like Quigley kind of just picks Bit up and he like looks to Cookie and he's like throws her up and he's like running down the thing with the cart
Okay.
towards the bomb and then
Okay.
he's like gingerly very like
Give me a cool test. Give me a cool test, Daniel. It's 2 purple.
Do I have to roll to
2
catch?
purple, 1 red. 2 purple, 1 red. You get to
I'm gonna spend a force point.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We're going to take that
Good
red away.
idea.
Then. I'll take away the red. 2 purple.
I mean, I already have it. I could put it down on the thing.
Oh right, so you could do it, but
Go
you
for it.
just take away the red. I want to assist, so she gets
Okay,
a
you
blue.
get a blue die. Yep, you get another blue die then for the assist.
Okay, so it's still 2 purple.
Still 2 purple. Yep.
Okay, 4 successes.
Excellent. Cool.
2 threats.
2 threats. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
All right. So as you do that, you gingerly pick up the bomb or this container that has a bomb. Put it into the hover cart or the hover transport that Bit was on. Are you pushing this into the ship, or who's pushing? Who's doing that?
If we were to like just push it, would it like have the inertia to just keep going, or?
Right now, from the way where you're standing, you don't have like there's not a straight line to the ramp to get up into the ship. You could push it close to the ship and close to that ramp. The ramp is kind of like, I don't know, like this, and you're over here. Like you could get to the side of it, but you can't go up it.
What if Cookie runs it over there?
Could do that.
Cookie would hand off Bit to Quigley.
Take too much time. Am I faster than you then?
Probably
Quigley?
not.
Um,
Wookiees are pretty. I mean, I would imagine that the stride length of a Wookiee is probably gonna be.
So
pretty
wait,
quick.
real quick. What is?
I'm just worried.
What's?
Because I'm just literally standing
of?
there holding an unconscious Bit at this point in
Species.
time.
Depends on the species.
Oh, okay.
While you guys do the like transfer.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then if Cookie runs down to like.
So Cookie can do like the tackling dummy, basically.
Right.
Like,
So like again, Bit's like midair, Quigley grabs her and just like running back towards the ship again. And he sets up in the back of the ship. He tells Zhao to start takeoff procedure, and the back of the ship is still like the ramp is down, so he's like kind of like posted up, like aiming, like getting his shot ready.
So did Zhao? So are you saying
Zhao needs to
Zhao
get
put
ready to take the ship up, take off with the ship.
Okay, so she did not put the container. Well, Zhao can tell me. But Zhao, did you put the container in the thing? In the hover cart?
Yes.
Okay, so she did that. Are you coming out now, Cookie, and pushing it the rest of the way, or are you taking it back out?
So the way that I had pictured it was, Quigley takes Bit out, tosses Bit to Cookie. Cookie catches Bit, goes, okay, now what do I do? Looks over, they're putting basically the bomb onto the hover cart.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie takes Bit, tosses her back to Quigley, and then grabs a hold of the hover, like runs down, grabs the hover cart before Zal can, start to push it in that direction, much to Zal's surprise, I think.
Yep.
And just starts hauling ass towards the other ship.
Okay.
So that Zal can get the ship ready to take off.
Okay.
And Cookie is again like trying to like maybe sacrifice themselves to save the group.
It's a horrible idea, but okay.
Keep doing it like I'm like, why is this Wookiee trying to kill themselves? Oh
You're
my
trying
god.
to die. You're trying to die.
With the
Yes, no, that's fine, and that's what happens. So
and
Zal,
may possibly try and grab Noah on the way back if there's a chance.
if there is
If it's
a
not gonna
chance,
get
that
me
is a rather big if. So Zal, very surprisingly, Cookie comes rushing in at the last moment to push this carrier. As you hear Quigley in your comm going, "We need to start up this. We need to start up. We gotta get out of here." So you tell me what you do.
Yeah, not enough time to be surprised. Like her training has sort of prepared her for like making split-second decisions. So she'll run up the ramp and just sort of hop into the cockpit and like start flipping
Cool.
switches and
All right, give me a planetary roll. Only 2 purple. Piloting planetary. And as she does that, Cookie, dear sweet, sweet Cookie, dear sweet Cookie, I'm gonna need a resilience roll.
Okay.
You got this. You're a Wookiee.
Can I use a light side point?
Absolutely, please. All right, so that will drop. I'm going to remove the red from that because you would have gotten a red with that. This is a very challenging roll, though. This is very challenging. It's going to be 3 purple and 1 black.
Resilience. Okay. Now, is there anything else that I can use for this?
A prayer.
No, I don't think there's anything that I can do without really like spinning it.
How are you planning to detonate it?
I'm gonna
Quigley.
shoot it.
Oh, Quigley is shooting it. Excellent. Okay. So as you're running, you're heading towards the ship. The fight that is distracting our big bad here. The fight is beginning to wind down. Quigley, you can see this, and Zal, you can see this. Cookie, you're a little bit preoccupied with getting this thing into the ship, so you're kind of focused on that. Quigley
Right.
and Zal, you see Kay falter. You see him kind of slip and trip as he goes down to one knee and is kind of holding his like saber up to counter this other saber that's nearly on his face. As he does a fake and then kind of like rolls out. He is absolutely covered in sweat. And Quigley, you're kind of the only person that could see this if you have a scope. But for effect, Zal, you can notice this as well. As he's trying to catch his breath to get up, he's actually having trouble getting up at this point. And the man is just smiling and circling him and is laughing. And he begins to get a little bit closer to him, saber extended to Kay's face. And he
I have a question, and I hate to interrupt, but I'm looking at my talent tree, and I've got this skill called Bad Motivator.
Okay.
And it reads, once per session, may take a bad motivator action, make a hard mechanics check to cause one targeted device to spontaneously fail. Now, does that mean that I have to interact with the device? Okay.
Yeah. You'd have to have a like a computer signal or something with that.
Some sort of like an interaction with it. It's not like, oh, this thing just kind of happens in the scene. That
I would say if you were working on it, you could do that if you had been touching it or working on it.
It's an interesting wording, like to cause one targeted device to spontaneously fail.
If you had a remote control to it, I would have allowed that, but not with this. Okay. Yes, Daniel.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So as the scene's unfolding, where is Cookie at in the process of?
Cookie is on the ramp
across.
Yeah, they are at the ramp now. This is it. So Cookie, are you just leaving it there and running, or are you pushing it in?
I was gonna try and get it up the ramp and into the back of the like cargo bay where he came out. but not so far in that
you can't get
Quigley
the
wouldn't
shot.
be able to get the
Yeah.
shot off. I want to kind of like leave it up so that like the explosion takes out as much as possible
Okay.
on
You
that
do
bad
that.
guy.
And immediately as you leave it where you want to, you turn around and you begin to run. Because the explosion that came from the other ship, you can only guess what's about to happen. So you're hauling ass. You are absolutely trying to get out of there. Quigley, make your shot.
All right.
This is going to be a one. This is well within your scope. This is a one. If I had another black die, I would have added a red to this, but I'm not. I don't have any more because you're. But
We
it
have
is
one
going.
more white side.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
We
my
have
light,
2 more light
my light
sides.
Okay,
side.
you want to use a light side point?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, Quigley.
So that
2
leaves us
purple, 1
with
black.
one.
This is going to be 1 purple, 1 black.
So that leaves us with 1 light side, and Alex has 3 dark sides.
All right, so I did 2 purple, 1 black, but I got 5 successes, 1 triumph, and a threat.
All right. So before I let you take you're going to have a cinematic moment, but let me do one thing. As you begin to, Cookie, you're running. You're running. Zal, you are at the cockpit. You're at
Can we say
controls.
this is in slow motion?
Yeah, it is in slow motion. You're flipping switches. Quigley, you are aiming, trying to take the most steadiest shot you possibly can. All of you are doing something right now. And as you as this is happening, for cinematic effects, the camera will pan momentarily over. And Quigley and Zal, you will see this. Unfortunately, Cookie, you have your back to it, but your friends can catch you up if you live. Quigley and Zal, the fight has gone closer to the ship, and maybe that's why you can see it, but it's kind of right in the middle of the platform. The man suddenly, as Kay makes a lunge for this guy, kind of like one final lunge, this guy grabs him by the neck, rips out the saber from his hand, and pulls him up by his neck, holding him there with his hand, as he begins to smile and laugh as Kay, who had already looked so sick and so close to the edge of death, is struggling, is trying to, get this person off him. And you can tell that he's trying so hard to connect with the force, and it's not there anymore. And that perhaps he is just done. But as the man holds him, something begins to happen to Kay. His hair starts to grow a little bit. If anybody has seen The Last Crusade, his skin begins to turn ashen white, as if his very essence, as if his very life was being drained from his body. And as this other man holds him, his saber will disignite, and he'll let it snap back to his belt. And as Kay drops to the floor dead, absolutely desiccated, he'll turn around and kind of like crinkle his hands and look at his gloved, hands and smile and go, yes, that force. And with that, Quigley, you will shoot.
All right.
Ooh, tell
Real
me about it.
quick, how much innovation are you allowing me here to do? Uh, I'm not trying to like kill him or anything or wound him or anything, but like out of anger, more so, and seeing this, Quigley would like kind of pivot from the bomb that was just placed in the ship to the guy that just killed his good friend
Good.
and pull the shot. And can we say that he just uses his saber to deflect it, but when he deflects it, it goes into the bomb?
Yes. Actually, something else happens, but yes, that will happen. So as you do that, as you track over he's still kind of looking at Kay. He's more like, into that. You'll pull the trigger, and in an instant, his hand will come up to the side as he stops the bolt, but it's obvious that he is straining to do so. And he looks like he's, doesn't have that good of a grasp on this. As he goes, and pushes it over. And unfortunately, as he pushes it over, he pushes it into the ramp with the bomb that you have just pushed in there. Cookie, you feel the heat and the sensation of a giant explosion behind you. It is, yes, there is a moment there where everything kind of goes silent, where this ship begins to explode, begins to burst into flames, and is obvious that it has taken major damage. Cookie, you are thrown several feet, which actually helps because it gets you closer to the ship.
Cool.
However, you are knocked
Tuck and roll.
You are knocked unconscious right now. You are well, we won't say you are knocked kind of dazed. So you're laying fairly close to the ramp. The ship is billowing with smoke.
Cookie is strangely like laughing.
Zal, you
Not
are
completely silly.
Zal, yeah. The ship's engines are ready to go. You can get out of this place right now if you want.
Hi, Cookie. No.
Free.
See ya. Is she able to just sort of swing the ship around to get the ramp with Quigley on it closer to Cookie so that he could hop out and grab her?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're the darn good pilot. You're able to get the ramp closer. Quigley, are you going to kind of get out there and grab Cookie as best you can?
Yeah.
All right, you do that. Cookie is amazingly heavy.
The
Stress
pit
eating.
droids are like trying to help and like
The pit droids will try and help. Yes.
They're not being helpful.
Thank
at
God!
all.
Thank God! These arms give me +1 to my brawn.
Yay! All right. So you pull Cookie onto the ship.
Cookie is trying to help as best they can.
You're out of it.
Not making any.
You're concussed. You have
almost
a concussion.
making it worse. Like
the world is spinning to you, but you are alive. And Zal, as soon as Quigley over the comm says got her, you know that you can go, and you do. As soon as you're able to get that ramp up and get out into the atmosphere, you're gone. You're gone. At least it's however far you want to go, or wherever you're gonna. Are you just heading out there, or are you gonna try and turn and do anything, or?
She will try and turn and just light up one of the refineries, or just take something out on this planet.
Excellent.
On the way.
Excellent. All right. You do that. It's not a moving target. The refinery will explode. The building that was there explode. Amongst all this explosion, you can't quite see what happens to both figures down on that platform. As Zal moves away, it is very evident that this entire structure is becoming very unstable very quickly. And it is not long after you leave the atmosphere that you see the explosion on the asteroid as it begins to break apart. And as you all take one last look with
except for
Cookie, who's laying down, and Bit, who is also laying down. So it's really just Zal and Quigley. As you take one final look back, you'll see the final remains of of the asteroid, of the ship, and of Kay. As it explodes, Zal, you gun it, you push it. This thing has light speed capabilities, and that's what you do. You get as far away from this place as possible as you jump into light speed. And my friends, we have concluded the first part of my stories and my series. Can give yourselves a round of applause for living. There were plenty of times when you could have died, and I had tried to do so many.
Indestructible Wookiee.
Indestructible Wookiee. I'm gonna go around real quick so we can get you guys bed, because I'm really tired as well. we're just going to go around one final time because I like doing that and I don't want to be scripted. Sam, it's you.
Yeah. Oh, hi guys. I'm Sam. I've been playing Zal. I guess we're not going to be back until November, right? What will happen? Yeah. So I'm here with Static Dawn every other Monday. Relics, which will be on Thursday, Wednesday. I'll keep you guys posted, and yeah, that's it.
Cool. James, you.
Me? Yeah, I guess if we're not doing Star Wars, you guys might not see me for a while unless I can talk my way into one of these other games that you guys are talking about.
My
But
fifth game.
as usual, do not forget to click that subscribe button, which I believe is under Alex today. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, click that bell so you know when we're on, and don't forget we are on patreon.com/pennyforatale. If you really love us and want to give us your hard-earned money, I have absolutely no idea what it goes to because my security clearance is not that high. So I will miss you guys until we come back.
Absolutely.
And
We'll
I
try.
just want to say thank you to Alex for letting me play, and this has been so much fun.
Oh, I love you. I love my players. Thank you guys. And Daniel, finally, love of my life. Director.
Sam has stickers. Right.
Oh, holy crap. We have Penny for a Tail stickers. Look at that. If you do things, we'll give you a sticker. I don't know what they are. I don't get a sticker. I don't have
It's for the
anything.
Patreon.
Patreon. Look at our
Patreon.
Patreon.
You can have a sticker too.
Daniel gets a sticker. I don't have a sticker. Why don't I get a sticker? That's okay.
Patreon.com/.
Donate a Patreon.
Whoa.
Whoa. All the stickers. Daniel. Yeah.
Weird flex, but okay.
I'm Daniel. I've been directing tonight. I played Quigley. I'm also here all the time every Friday with either Scion, which I GM, or with A Short Rest, which what we're doing on this Friday with Ian, and every Sunday for Age of Ashes. Like I said earlier, we are coming up on our month of horror on October. So do come and check us out because things are going to get crazy. And we hope to see you all there.
Excellent. Again, I am Alex. This has been Star Wars Edge of the Empire, Penny for a Tale. Have a great night, guys. May the Force be with you, and I'll see